If you asked me what my favourite genre of game was, I'd probably answer RPGs, more so Japanese RPGs. Western RPGs tend to be a bit more complex and borderline not really RPGs in the first place. Either way, these games are some of the most accessible you will ever come across. I'm sure a lot of non-JRPG fans will probably deny this, but it's honestly true. They are some of the easiest games to pick up and play, while having more complex systems for those who wish to master it. If you're solely going into an RPG, especially a Japanese one, with just the gameplay and ignoring all of the story, there's nothing simpler. Even as a young child, traditional RPGs like Earthbound, Final Fantasy, and especially Pokemon were so accepting to new players that despite their long runtimes, I managed to beat all of them, and I'm sure everyone's beaten a Pokemon game at some point in their lives. I can't say the same for a lot of other genres. As much as I love fighting games, the skill ceiling is far too high for someone like me to even be considered a good player. I just don't have the determination or the reflexes to master a game like that. I still enjoy them, and I do pull off some of the special moves from time to time, but I'll never reach the levels of professionals at EVO. I've never been too good with many styles of games, in fact. I don't think I'll ever be good at a first-person shooter. But when it comes to RPGs, nobody is better than anyone else. We're all given the same chance to level up, the same characters with the same stats. The only thing that separates a good player from an average one is the amount of time you're willing to grind. Which, yeah, you could say about fighting games, but hear me out. That isn't a necessity. With good RPGs breaking down the bare minimum, a level cap of exactly what you need to defeat a specific boss or enemy. Not something as literal as a barrier with a level on it like they did with the Legacy of Goku series, but naturally through just progressing with the game. You'll encounter an enemy that seems strong, grind a few levels, and come back stronger than before. It genuinely feels rewarding to go the extra mile, spending a bit more time playing a game that I already love. I talk about Disgaea a lot on this channel, but it's a great example of this progression system. You never have to grind in this game, not at all, to complete the main campaign. As long as you go through each level with some competence, you'll beat the whole thing with one level 100 character. I just think that's insanely cool, and honestly, that's it. I could go over all the narratives and all the extra features of these games, but again, that's not the reason I play these games. Sure, it's always enthralling to have a great narrative, but the gameplay always comes first. So to summarize, I like RPGs because they're easy and I'm a lazy bastard. See you in the next one.